Hello and welcome to this week's Soul Wisdom Akashic Show. Here with me, Natasha Harris, your host, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. UK time, talking to you about all things business, all things Akashic wisdom, and really supporting conscious business owners to step into their next level of impact and leadership through their business, creating abundance and enjoyment and freedom and success for everything that they are doing that is contributing to our beautiful planet and all those that live on it. So welcome to everybody who's watching, streaming across multiple platforms here, especially in my Soul Inspired Leaders Facebook group. So welcome to all the new members that have joined us in the last week. So welcome everybody. Today we are talking about how to grow your business for freedom. Freedom is a topic that I just love to talk about. It is so important when we are creating our business, as we are taking our business to the next level, and as we continue to grow our business throughout the years, that we are always reaching for that freedom that we want to create, whatever that means for you. Now, freedom will mean something very different for everybody. This is really about what freedom means to you, and I encourage you to really explore, what does freedom look like for you in your business? What does it mean that freedom will give you? What will it unlock for you around your life, your family, your free time, what it will create for you, and what you will be able to do, how many hours you're able to work, where you work, etc., etc. So it really is about creating that freedom, because as we know, we're working really hard generally in our business to create more money, create more income that we feel will release and will create more freedom for us. But where we get to a stage in our business, and let me know in the comments if that is you, if you are constantly striving to do everything within your business still, even after, maybe you're in year 3, year 4, year 5, but you're still doing everything in your business. That is not freedom. So whatever freedom creates for you, we want to create more freedom through the money that we earn in our business. But money also means that we have choices. And so it's not really about the money per se. It's about what the money that we bring into our business actually means for you. And this for me is around freedom. So does freedom actually always feel a little bit out of arm's reach for you? Do you feel you're kind of always thinking, oh, if I just turn this corner, if I do this other thing, if I launch this new program, some more money will come in, and then I will be able to create more freedom? So freedom always seems out of reach, always a little bit further ahead than you are in your business. That you don't have quite enough money, that you'll be happy when, that you'll have more time when, at some point in the future. And this is the problem that many of us are creating our businesses from, this energy of that at some point you will have the freedom you desire, that you deserve, that you wish to create in your business. But it's always going to be at arm's length from you if you continue to build your business around this mindset, this model, this idea, or this notion that you will have it at some point. You have to start creating that freedom for yourself in your business right here, right now, today, like this minute. How do you create more freedom in your business? Your business should never mean that you are tied down, that you're chained to your desk. This is what the corporate model was around. This is why most of you have set up your own businesses, in order to get away from all of that and to be able to create the freedom that you want and desire in your businesses. But most people come to me, my clients come to me when they're at a stage where they absolutely have no freedom whatsoever in their business, and they're trying to get that back, because that's why they did it. When you run your business from this energy of this beautiful energy of joy, of freedom, of fun, you create more freedom in your business, not just outside of it, not just in the other things. You create it in your business. Everything you turn up to creates this element of freedom and fun and joy, and ease and flow starts to come. The clients start to flow in. The spare time, the free time starts to flow in. So everything starts to flow in as you start to create your business today, in this moment, from this energy of what you want to create create more from. So you need to let go of everything that is stopping you from being that in your business. So if you're watching the replay, type hashtag replay. If you're watching me and joining me live, then please let me know how, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much freedom does your business give you? So 1 or 0 is like nothing, obviously. And 10 is like, yeah, I get all the freedom I want. I have all the financial income that I need to sustain the freedom in my life. Or maybe you feel free, but you don't have the resources or the income coming in that allows you to, take a day off at a whim of a hat, or to go on holiday, or to, treat somebody beautifully, because that's all about supplement and creating freedom as well. So let me know in the comments, like on a scale of 0 to or 1 to 10, how much freedom do you actually have in your business? When you think of it as a whole, your time, the money, the freedom, the clients that you work with, that you're bringing in and working with clients that you love working with, that when you actually look at your schedule of clients or the work that you're doing, that you think, oh my gosh, this is amazing, this is incredible, and there's like literally not one client on your books that you think, oh, that one's going to be tricky, that one's going to be hard, that one's going to be a lot of effort. I don't have a single client on my books that I feel that way about. I am excited and can't wait to speak to every single client to see how well they're doing, what's transpired for them in the last couple of weeks, and the bits in between where I'm doing some marketing, or I'm doing some, I'm doing a podcast, or I'm doing this. I look forward to it. I love doing it. For me, this is about freedom. This is not about creating rigid edges or creating things that I have to do in my business. Everything I do in my business right now is everything I want to do and I love to do. Some of those things, like, I didn't always enjoy in the beginning or earlier on in the days, until I could afford to get myself an assistant, my beautiful assistant, Melissa, who really helps me and supports me in everything I do. My social media manager, Roberta, who really helps me get everything out. And because I can do the stuff behind the scenes, and then they can do the stuff that I don't like. But when I did have to do that, when I couldn't afford it, what was happening for me is I found a way to enjoy what I was doing, that actually, sitting down and having to do all the posts, everything, all the bits around the social media, the course content, the getting it out there, the scheduling, all the admin bits of it, that I didn't really enjoy. It was about sitting down and finding a way that I could bring freedom into that, because knowing that when I can do that, that one day I will be able to have somebody to help me and support me with that. So everything that I did that I didn't really want to do, I brought in an element of freedom and joy and sort of flow and ease around it. Otherwise, I would not sit down and do it until I could get myself into that energetic space. So what you do is you want to create the resonance of everything you do right now. If you haven't got the freedom, the joy, the ease, the flow, whatever that is, whatever the freedom means for you, then you have to start thinking about how can you incorporate more of that. Less is more. Often what we do is, like, we want success, we want freedom, so we have to do more in order to get there. So we're busy creating lots of different ideas, lots of tangents, bringing things in, like bringing different ideas. As like, if I just can get this to work and this to work, then I'll eventually have more freedom. Again, this is something that is out of arm's reach. It is always going to be just out of your arm's reach if that's how you're creating everything in your business to get to your clients and to get to your market and everything else like that. Less is more. So everything that you are doing that is just keeping you busy, keeping you in this mindset of like, oh, if I do this, then I'll be busy and I'll be thinking I'm doing lots of things, and then the results don't come. You want to literally strip back everything you're doing that is not helping you and supporting you to giving you freedom and giving you more money, bringing in more money. So everything you sit down into your business with right now, like everything you're creating, don't just create more stuff and hope that one of those things land. Do less, refine what you're doing, become the expert in what you're doing, keep course correcting and tweaking around what you're doing, but ensuring that you're creating from this energy of ease and flow, of time. You've got plenty of time to do it. Don't try to cram lots of things in, and creating freedom from things in that way. Freedom is absolutely my top value. Like it always has been. And if I know that I don't feel free in something, then there's something that I'm doing, that I'm bringing in, pulling into my business, doing, that isn't from a space of freedom. So I sit back, I take time, I look at everything I'm doing, and I start to look at what I'm doing and which bits create freedom for me and which bits really don't create freedom for me. And the bits that don't create freedom for me, I look at individually in isolation, and I ask myself, what can I tweak or shift about this or my energy within this that will be more resonant to freedom? And if there is nothing, if it's like nothing comes to me, that I can't input this thing with a little bit more freedom, like I can't create this course or roll this thing out that I've been doing for ages with the energy of freedom, I let it go. I do the scary thing. I let something go, no matter how much I've input, how much hard work I put behind it. And I say, this has to stop. I have to let go of this, even if it's just for now. It might come back around. Sometimes that even happens for me. Something that I've let go of, in that space of letting go of it, a month or 2 months later, I'll get another great idea or something will be downloaded for me that will support me in going, oh, that's the tweak. That's the thing that didn't quite resonate. That's the thing that didn't quite give me freedom. And then I can bring it back, change it around a bit, and then kind of like allow that to come back into my business. So the two questions that you want to ask yourself is like, what are you doing that is bringing and giving you more freedom? And what is you doing that's bringing in more money? Because the money equals like if you have more money, you have more choices. You can do more. You can bring in a VA, you can bring in a social media manager, you can bring somebody in to do a bit of marketing for you, even short-term projects for you. You can get somebody to bring in somebody to make something work on your website in a more streamless way, set up a system for you, do some editing for you that you don't have to do. So money gives you choices, and within that, when you have more choices available to you, you have more freedom. So those are really important questions to be asking yourself. So let me know if you've got any questions. If you're watching the replay, then you please just tag me and ask me questions about this. Like, how are you bringing in more freedom? How much of what you do is resonating to freedom? That is a really important starting point for you to understand what you can tweak, what you can change, what you can course correct, and then what you absolutely need to let go of and eliminate. So you want to say no to everything that doesn't resonate to it. And that's really scary when we've been brought up in a society that really shows us that more is going, like if the more you do, the more success you'll have. And what I teach all my clients is the less you do, the more success you'll have. Because the less you do, the more expert you become at that, the more refined you can make those, the more aligned you can make those, so that you create and do things from a really aligned space that you love showing up to, that you love doing, that you love supporting people with, and you end up doing more and more of that. So even though you're bringing in more work, more clients, more programs that you're getting down to, they're all resonating to this element of freedom and bringing in the money. So this is how we align to things. So let me know if you've got any questions. I can see a few people watching. Let me know in the comments what is this bringing up for you? What questions do you have around this? What thoughts do you have around it? Because this is ultimately what we're trying to do when we're getting away from the old paradigm, the old ways of doing things that are completely steeped in more hard work, more doing more, putting in more effort, putting your foot flat on the accelerator, bringing in more, doing more, even though it's not serving you, it's not serving your community, it's just making you feel. We get into this space of absolute overwhelm. And if you think about it, if you create everything in your business from a space of overwhelm, doing more, exhaustion, how can you create freedom from that space? How can you create freedom from a space if everything you're showing up to is this like, I just need a bit more time, I haven't got enough time, I'm totally overwhelmed, I've got to do this, look at my long to-do list. Like everything. It's like I have massive to-do lists. Like I've got ideas that come to me all the time, but I write them down and I park them somewhere, I pop them somewhere that I will come back to at another stage. I don't have to do everything in my business today. That is not a space I want to create from. That is a space I have learned the hard way not to create my business through or from. So thanks for the heart, whoever's left me that. And let me know, it's like, this is something that I find time and time again, even though we know this stuff, like, or we have a sense of like how we show up is what we create more of. So by that definition, we know that if we show up to everything with this sense of overwhelm, panic, oh my God, I'm so busy, we will just create more of that in our lives, but we don't know how to change it. So what I really want you to do is really to go back to what I said at the beginning of this Facebook Live, of this live show, to really ask yourself, what does freedom mean for you? What will you create when you have more freedom? What will that give you? Where will you have more time? Where will you have more income? What does it mean for you? And start to unpack that, because freedom means something different for every single one of us. It might mean for some people that you get to do the pickups and drop-offs for your school kids at the school with your kids. It might mean that you get to take off the summer 2 months to be with your family and go away. It might be that you don't have children, and so therefore freedom means that you can travel wherever you want, whenever you want, and work from wherever you want. So having a face-to-face business, which I know at the moment is tough, is not going to be easy for you to create a sense of freedom. That's how I started my business, was one-to-one stuff, where for me it was all about freedom. And it wasn't for some time that I realized, well, if I'm consistently doing one-to-one work and working with a client every week, how on earth do I have a holiday? When do I have a holiday? When do I have a new client intake? When do I say, actually, I'm not taking any more clients on until a few weeks' time, once I've had my holiday and I've had a break? That model just didn't work for me, but it took me some time to realize now that is what I work with my clients around, is to understand what that model looks like for you early on, straight away, so that you can change it and slowly start to shift how you do your business and how you show up. So I hope this is all making sense. I hope you've got some really good tips from, really understanding how to create freedom. Then start eliminating, what it is that doesn't resonate to that. What are you doing that doesn't resonate to that, and let it go. Then firstly have a look at everything you're doing and seeing what resonates to freedom. Do more of that. Show up in more of that. What doesn't resonate to freedom, and then tweak it, look at it, course correct it. And then, then obviously if it doesn't work for you, if you cannot make that work for you for freedom, by showing up in the energy of freedom, whatever that means for you, then eliminate it, say no to it. If things show up in your experience, we often go, oh, this amazing opportunity's shown up. It wouldn't have shown up in my experience if it wasn't for me to say yes to. Ask yourself first, is this going to create freedom for me in my business? And is it going to bring more income in for me, either immediately or in the short to intermediate term? Not like in 3 or 4 years' time. Don't look that far ahead. Then look at it again in 2 or 3 years' time, when you have more information, when you've got more time, and then you can really put into it and then let that go. So a few things have been coming up for me and coming my way recently. And I'm like, okay, what is my priority here? And some of these things are like really tough to say no to, but I have learned to say no to them. And I give myself a bit of space. You don't have to say no immediately. You can say to someone, okay, let me think about that. Let me get back to you in a day or two. Sit on it for a day or two. Come back to those questions. Is this going to create me more freedom? And is this going to bring in more money? If the answer to those two things are yes, then do them and say yes to it, and plan a route that stays with you. You keep contributing to that thing with that energy of freedom. So enjoy. Business is here. We are here to have fun and to enjoy our business, to live and dance and love in our business, and create from a business from a space of freedom. And so if you want to know more about how I work with people and the Akashic records, always downloading information from the Akashic records as I'm talking to about these topics, the energy of what you need to show up in, then please do contact me. There's links in the post wherever you're watching this to get in touch, reach out, ask me some questions, post here, and let me know what is challenging you right now, and what do you want to let go of in order to step through. The other thing I'd like to tell you about is I am starting my 5-day Activate Your Wealth and Abundance journey on Monday, the 16th of May. So in a couple of weeks, 17th of May, in a couple of weeks. Do sign up. There's a link in the post to sign up to that. It's a 5-day journey. It's going to be epic. I can promise you that. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. 5 days of really tapping into the activation and through meditation, tapping into your own Akashic records, understanding how you can harness the energy of your own Akashic records to bring that through, to tap into, align to abundance, and obviously creating freedom and success for your business. You know, looking at this money piece and really tapping into that. So you need to sign up to get access to all of those. Make sure you can get the replays, etc. So just tap on the link, sign up, and come and join me for those 5 days. It will be taking place in my private Facebook group. So if you're not on that, go ahead and join that as well. But you need to register for the challenge. People are already signing up. I haven't even launched it yet, which is really great. So what else do I want to tell you? Next week, I have a guest expert, Vanessa Conway, who's coming to chat to me all about making your body your best ally in business. When we have a great relationship with our body, everything changes. So Vanessa's going to be talking about how you can really make friends with your body and enjoy and create that freedom from that space of physically, and then allow that energy to seep into your business as well. So come and join me for that. Pop that date in your diary, next Wednesday, 4 p.m. UK time, here on whatever channel you're watching. And I will see you again next week and look forward to it. Have an amazing week in the meantime. Bye for now.